So Katie Joy has decided to go after one of Jessa's sponsors, and she thinks this is just fine. She has also done an Instagram Live to let everybody know that there's nothing wrong with this. This all started when Without a Crystal Ball posted. Jessa Seewald posted a new video containing sponsored content from Native, a skin body care brand. The company promotes an inclusive brand that accepts all people. I do not know if @Native knows about Jessa's husband's recently posting a video that was anti-LGBTQ. In the video, he told people to pray away their feelings and not act out. Practices like this are harmful to the LGBTQ community and lead to offing oneself's thoughts and offing oneself by LGBTQ youth. They also don't appear to be anti-women nor for child abuse, which is curious because Jessa's family promotes blanket training and uses a rod to discipline their children. I've reached out to Native for a comment on these details and I haven't heard back. Without a Crystal Ball continues by posting her response that she got. Hi, thanks so much for reaching out. We weren't aware of some of these details, but our team is currently looking into this. As of now, we have no plans to continue working with Jessa in any capacity. We appreciate you bringing this to our attention, as you're right, this doesn't align with our values. Katie Joy captioned this. @Native responded to our questions about Jessa Seewald representing their brand. Native promotes inclusivity and acceptance of all people. We shared that both Ben and Jessa have repeatedly made homophobic statements and directed them to a video by Ben telling people to pray away their gay. They said they had no idea about her background and have no plans to work with her in the future. Any company that supports the LGBTQ plus has a right to know if an ambassador makes disparaging or homophobic comments. They also have a right to know that Jessa is connected to a cult that promotes corporal punishment, submission of women, racism, and total authority of men. We appreciate Native's quick response. They agreed that Jessa does not align to what their brand stands for. For those claiming this interferes with Jessa's work, let me be clear about something. There are plenty of conservative brands she can partner with and do advertising for her channel. However, she should not be profiting off a company that promotes inclusivity when she promotes the exact opposite.
And then for those of you that were mad about me reaching out to a sponsor of Jessa, it is not uncommon for people that report on people to reach out to sponsors about specific relationships with influencers, specifically if the brand does not align with that person. That's not uncommon. And I've done this before, but I haven't done this in a long time. But with Jessa, it was specifically because if you go to their Instagram page, it's very clear the kind of message they're trying to send, that they're an inclusive brand. The brand is also pretty specifically sold at Target, which is another outlet that the Duggars hate. So I brought all of this up to that person that knows the Duggars, and they flat out said that the brand wouldn't be a good match for Jessa because Jessa's fans wouldn't want to associate with a brand that is pro-LGBTQ+. They said it's not a bad thing for a brand to cut ties over aligning misalignments over philosophies because it's not a good fit for her either. Because this person said her fans would be outraged at anybody because they feel the same way that she does. They don't want to align with companies that are compassionate towards them. They don't shop at Target because they have bathrooms for transgender people and because of their policies about transgender people. That's who the Duggars are. So, and that's who their fan base is. And if that bothers you, I don't know what else to say, but that's the fact. And they also pointed out that any other people would have noticed it too. Other people would have reached out to them. I just happened to be fast at doing it. But I noticed when I was on the comments of Native that people were already posting comments before I even said anything. And someone reached out to me about it before I even said anything. So I wasn't the first person that noticed, obviously. So, and accountability isn't a bad thing when it comes to sponsorships. And also I want to point out something too. Jessa Duggar makes a ton of money on YouTube, tons. She's making a zillion times more in ad revenue on her AdSense than she would be making on a sponsored post. On her channel with 200 some thousand subscribers, I'm guessing that she probably made about $1,000 on that sponsorship, but she could make 5 times that on a video. She's making passive income on all of her videos every single day on YouTube because they're all monetized. You don't need brand deals when you're on YouTube. You just don't. They are a nice benefit, but they also come with a lot of rules. They also come with a lot of stipulations. You have to follow specific guidelines. You have to follow contracts. You have to post at a certain time. You have to have the right pinned comments. You have to have the exact right content. They have to watch your video before you post. I don't do them because of all the stipulations. They are so hard, and then the brands are very fickle. So if anything doesn't match them, or if they get one negative comment, they cut ties. And people know that. Like, brands don't want anything to do with controversy at all. I actually think there should be reform when it comes to marketing with influencers so that there is protection for the influencer that's marketing for them on the heels of backlash. And because if they drop, and that's another thing, she'll still get paid. Even if they even if they decide not to work with her moving forward, we don't even know if this was an ongoing contract. Most of these deals are one time. So they'll hire you for one post and then that's it. And then they don't work with you again. That's just, they move from person to person to person because continuing to market with the same person is just going to the same audience over and over and over again. They try to penetrate as many markets as possible, so they go through as many influencers as possible. So most initial contracts are for one post, and then you get paid for it regardless if you don't work with them again. Jessa, for her part, would do best by finding companies that align with her goals, that finding products that align with her values. So she would want to find companies that align with her views on life, which there are tons of conservative companies out there. There are tons that align with her values, and work with those companies. That's really the bottom line. You have to be extremely careful when you're an influencer of who you decide to align with. And there's also a reason why I turn down 99% of my sponsorships is because the products are not very good. They're not well known. They're horribly overpriced. A lot of the times they trick you and they make you think that you're selling a one-time product and then you're maybe somehow getting roped into an MLM or whatever. It's just, there's so much shadiness with these companies that use influencers to market that I just try to stay out of it. So that's my take on that. But she'll still make money. She'll still make lots of money. And when it comes to Katie Bates, I had nothing to do with that. I didn't reach out to them. I didn't say anything to them. I don't even follow Katie Bates. I was just sharing I just didn't share my opinion. They just decided not to work with her. But then a bunch of you guys in comments basically said that this company loves fundies. So who knows? I guess it's like a Mormon-based company, so maybe that doesn't bother them. I don't know. Anyways, I need to upload the video on Anna, but just keep in mind that even people that know the Duggars, they're not mad at me, and they even agree that this partnership wasn't a good thing. And when you start having people coming at you and you know you're getting better, and you know you're getting to the truth. And honestly, I'm not here to anyone. I'm just here to end the to just report on the deception, to report on the cult, to hopefully get some people out of the cult by continuing to put out the truth. And that's all I can do. Bye, guys.